This is Matt Russell, and welcome to the DailyFX Forum.
So here are the four pairs that I will be discussing this evening: the Euro Pound, the Aussie Kiwi, the Pound Swiss, and the Euro Swiss. So let's go ahead and pull up the charts. The first chart is the Euro Pound. If you recall, during the past several reports, I've been calling to wait for prices to come down and test the previous resistance level just beneath the 88.50 area. We can see the prices are continuing the rally here. Right now, looking at the last two candles here, in my mind's eye, I see the possibility of an evening star forming, but we'd have to wait, obviously, for this candle to close. So that's something we can keep an eye on during the next 24 hours or so, see if this pattern does complete. Of course, it might not, and we might just see new highs. What would negate that is a move above the high of this candle here, which would be the 90.75 area. So any move above that area, again, that would negate this particular trade idea. Next chart is the Aussie Kiwi, and if you recall, during the last report, I mentioned how there was a bear flag forming, and I was expecting a downside breakout. That's what we've had, and it has accelerated over the past hour or two. So if you did enter on the short side, I would look to take a little bit of profits now, and certainly exit the entire position at the lower channel line here, formed by these lows here, the June low, as well as the late August low right here. The next chart is the Pound Swiss, and not much has changed here. Still a sell-off from just beneath that 72 figure, actually 71.50. Still waiting for something to set up. This is actually the inverse of the Euro Pound chart. There's a possibility that we might have a morning star reversal pattern here, but again, we need to see the current candle close, and the same concept would apply, only this on the downside. A break below 66.78 would negate this particular trade idea. The next chart is the Euro Swiss, and still long off the doji candle, which formed right here. And if you're in this trade, I would continue to stay in the trade. I also mentioned a few reports back to take profits near that 152 figure. So if you're still in the trade now, again, I would continue to hold and look for a move above the highs of this candle right here, which would be about 52.25. Again, my name is Matt Russell. Thank you for listening, and please stay tuned for a preview of the DailyFX forums. I want to go ahead and formally welcome everybody to the DailyFX forum. And I want to explain a little bit about the forum and the wealth of information that you can obtain from the forum, and how to go about doing so, how to find the things you want. So I'm just going to dive right in right now. And this is DailyFX.com, and this is usually how I navigate my way towards the forums. Obviously, you know, it really depends on each individual how they access the forums, but this is how I go ahead and do it. I go DailyFX.com, go ahead and click on the forum on top, and this brings you to the DailyFX forum homepage, and this highlights the most recent posts with the subject. So if you see anything that you're interested in, you can obviously go ahead and click. What I like to do is click on the forums tab like this, and go ahead and view the forums in the normal, typical way that forums are set up. And here you go. There are a bunch of threads down here. And I'm just going to go ahead and go directly to the forum, the video you just viewed, where you viewed it. So let's go ahead. This is the DailyFX Instructor Tips Forum, identifying trades with DailyFX. That's me. And go ahead and click on the most recent post. So this is where you are right now viewing the video, although the video will be the video beneath this one that you're watching right now. So normally when I'm on the forums, and what I would do is just scroll up to the top. Certainly you can check out any of my previous videos, and you know, especially if I did mention them in the report or in the video that you're viewing at that moment. And what I will do is go ahead and click on the forums, and then look for the forums that I like, you know, that I have interest in. One of them would be the Euro Dollar forum, and this, again, it's really up to each individual trader as to exactly how they want to use the forum. Personally, what I like to do, the first thing I do is I'll go to the Euro Dollar thread, I'll go and click on the latest post. And what I'll do here is, and again, I just want to, you know, really emphasize this point. It depends on your exact mindset when you're viewing. And me as a trader, I have some experience. So what I do and how I personally use the forum is I go through and I'll read what people are saying about the euro, what their trade ideas are. I certainly, you know, try to maintain my own individual objectivity, and I really don't pay much attention to what other traders are saying in terms of my trading. I'm not going to certainly see something on a forum and then go jump into a trade. But what it will do, it will open my eyes to certain trading opportunities, maybe a certain line or a certain time frame that I haven't looked at before. So that's one way that I personally like to utilize the DailyFX forum. But certainly for newer traders, there are plenty of topics that you can go over. Let's say you might not be well versed in terms of certain currency pairs that you want to learn about. Scalping, you might not know what Elliott wave is. You can go ahead and click there and see exactly what you can understand, what you might not understand, and then certainly feel free to ask questions about any of these topics that you have. Maybe the carry trade, maybe you have some questions about that, or the sentiment, the SSI, or the latest economic news, FX programmers, the webinars, MT4. Any questions about active trader, you can go ahead and click on those threads. So again, it's very free, very open, and there is a wealth of information here and just waiting to be utilized. Again, this is Matt Russell. Thank you for listening.